and there was, let's say, a coalition, and the new coalition and opposition, and until 1989.
So this coalition, it was, as it were, the government of national unity. Did it include all parties?
It depends on the time. Sometimes the former government of union, which concerned almost the progressist parties, I mean, was exploiting, if I can say it like that, after 2 years or 3 years of a coalition in power, and there is some view who has accepted or endorsed, for example, the Russian type of socialism. Like our party, we were a little bit a Maoist type of socialism, and maybe I don't know if in Tanzania there was this trend of the so-called, by that time, the revisionism and this, but this was also interacting with the government of unity, and it could not withstand the discrepancy sometimes. But though Rachiraka tried to manage the different parties until 1989, where the wind of liberalism was blowing not only through across Africa, but also around the world. It was the beginning of the globalization and the regulations in the economy, the privatization of the economy after the nationalization, and Rachiraka also could not withstand the wind of this change, and he has been in 1992 has been removed from power.
By force?
By popular movement again, but there was acceptation by all the different forces, and he accepted to remain a little bit remote from the control of the country, and there was election, in fact, in 1992, and he has been defeated by Zafi al-Berha, his successor.
Yeah. Berger was from which party?
Who?
Zafel.
Zafel Berha has created his own party. Even Zafel Berha and the Rachiraka, they were from the Monima party, the party I lead, but it has been led by that time by the founder of the party. But Zafel Berha, they have been from this party. But he, as Rachiraka in 1975, has created his own party once he has been in power, things which was not convened to before. And Zafel Berha as well has created his own party when he has acceded to the power, the UNDD. But apparently it was episodic party, and a party of circumstances, and could not withstand the real challenge of the political pressure in Madagascar.
So for how long was Zafel Berha in the office?
He has been 3 years there, and there was impeachment.
3 years up to 92 until 95?
And 95, yeah. Mm-hmm. And there was impeachment.
Why?
And, apparently, he did not respect the constitution. He infringed upon the constitution.
What did he do?
That time, well, he was passing laws, for example, not adopted by the MPs. And there was also laws which should have been pronounced by the president after the MPs also have adopted them, but he has not done that on time at that time. And the members of parliament who made the impeachment, and there came a man who is called Ratsirahunana, who was the mastermind of this impeachment, who became the prime minister of transition that time, and he is now the famous advisor of Andrea Joelina to
Yeah, you will mention Andrea Joelina because the Tanzanians are not keeping pace, of Madagascar. Then after impeachment, Zafel, who took over?
Ratsirahunana, no,
Yeah. But, when did you change then your constitution from having president and vice president to having prime minister?
It was during the Second Republic, during Ratsiraka.
Ratsiraka, okay.
Yeah, the constitution of the Second Republic.
Yeah. So Zafel was president. Who was his prime minister?
Hakutu Vahini. He was member of his party that time.
Yeah. So after Zafel, who took over?
After Zafi, there was an election in 1996, and the Ratsiraka came back.
And won.
And won. Yeah.
And for how long did he stay?
And he stayed until 2001. There was a new election. The terms, his term drew to an end, and there was a new election. And Ravalomanana contested this election that time, and Ravalomanana won with the problem that we knew that there was also Ratsiraka did not recognize the result of the election, and Ravalomanana lead the popular.
This is Andre. Andre Ravalomanana.
Ravalomanana Mark,
yes,
yeah.
Mark, yes.
Yeah, and he led the popular movement, and there was some problems in Madagascar, and some conflicts, and in different parts of Madagascar, some armed conflicts, and there was the Dakar 1, Dakar 2 agreement, but Ravalomanana did not comply with this agreement, and he imposed as the president of Madagascar at that time.
Up to 2001, up to what time?
To 2006, there was a new election where I was candidate, and where my ballot papers were not brought to the polling stations, and yet they gave me 21 votes. I don't know from where that time, and he prevailed as the winner of the election, Ravalomanana, until 2009.
Yeah, and were you not his prime minister?
No, no.
Yeah, okay. Who was his prime minister, 2006 to 2009?
He had two prime ministers, Jacques Chila, who had already passed away, and the general Charles Rabemananjaha, the last one, my predecessor, because I was the prime minister of the popular movement of 2009.
Oh, so you had the two prime ministers, because Ravalomanana had his own prime minister.
Well, that time,
yes,
yeah, I was the prime minister on the street, and he had his prime minister. But after,
so in which case there were two prime ministers at one time, but both not working together.
Well,
because you are prime minister on the streets.
After March 2009, I made the handing over of the Prime Minister of Ravalomanana, the General Charles Rabemananjaha, handed the power over to me, and we made an official ceremony for that that time. And it was after the High Constitutional Court of Madagascar has legalized my status as Prime Minister.
And for how long were you the Prime Minister, sir?
I've been there until October 2009.
A few months.
A few months.
Why?
Because when I was there, the African Union has made the recommendation that Madagascar should prepare election, should return to constitutional normalcy at the end of 2009, December 2009.
Yes.
And I said, okay, and I was paved the way for this election. While my colleague, my collaborator, the president, Andra Juelna, because we've been partner that time, did not accept to go for this election. And after that, there was the international contact group who said that, okay, if you don't accept to prepare election, so we need a consensual prime minister. And they requested me to resign. And I said, okay, if that is the solution for Madagascar, I won't hijack the lives of 20 million people, and I will resign, but I will hand only the power over to the one who will be appointed and signed by the international agreement. And that time they raised Ratsiraka, Zafi, Ravalumana, and Andra Rajuela to find out a new prime minister to be appointed. And they appointed Mangalaza, and it lasted only 3 weeks.
Yeah, but before we come to Mangalaza, it was reported, because sometimes you do get these newspapers with more than 2 lines of Madagascar. It was reported that you had refused to resign because you said you cannot accept to be removed by international mediators.
It was not so like that, but I said that I will only resign when there is the official and legal appointment of the prime minister. But I will not resign by the declaration that Munjarindefu is not anymore prime minister, but there will be a new prime minister appointed. But please bring me this appointment. And because that time I knew already that Andra Rajuela was only playing a game. He wanted only to get rid of me because I complied with the international recommendations from the beginning. I accepted that Ravalumanana infringed upon the constitution. He did not respect the political freedom. He